former President Donald Trump has made a fool of his lawyer, Alina Habba, who on Thursday made this declaration.
Wants to take the stand, even though my advice is at this point, you should never take the stand with a gag order. But he is so firmly against what is happening in this court and so firmly for the old America that we know, not this America, that he will take that stand on Monday. He will open himself up to whatever they want because he's not afraid. People that are afraid cower. President Trump doesn't cower. We'll be back on Monday.
President Trump doesn't cower. He'll be back on Monday. Well, it's Monday and Donald Trump is not back. And of course, look, she was referring to him taking the stand on Monday in his fraud trial. Again, it's Monday, not back. In fact, on Sunday, Trump posted on his platform,
Truth, essential.
Me testify? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not gonna, in fact, I don't need to do it. I don't need to. I have already testified, he wrote, and I have nothing more to say, except that he had a lot to say. Again, this was one of Trump's famous all caps rants. In fact, some of it, look, it's basically him repeating a lot of the stuff that you've already heard. In fact, he said, "This is a complete and total election interference Biden campaign witch hunt that will do nothing but keep business out of New York. I will not be testifying on Monday. MAGA." So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, whoopsie. Sorry, Alina. Oops. Though, to be fair, she did say he was going to testify against my advice. So, apparently, he turned around and actually listened to her advice. But then also said Trump doesn't cower. I guess only one of those statements is true. And, well, we know which one. Okay. Here's the thing, though. Donald Trump doesn't actually need to testify. I mean, he would actually do more harm to his own case than good. He's already confessed that, under oath, that all the financial statements were approved by him before being, used or sent to anyone else. And so the buck kind of stops with him, and the judge has already ruled in that case that Trump had committed fraud. So, again, you bring him up there, he's going to do more damage. He's probably going to admit to doing more stuff. Not a good situation if you're Trump or his lawyer. Now, the other thing here that might have contributed to this is certainly probably to Alina saying to him, please do not testify, is the fact that you have a gag order. Gag order on Trump. So they bring in Trump to testify. You know what's going to happen? He's going to be real tempted to attack the law clerk and Gorin's law clerk, who will be sitting just a few feet away. Remember, she has been the subject of a lot of different Trump attacks. So, I mean, it's kind of like a cat with a Christmas tree ornament. Okay, you put up the tree and you get those, shiny red, or it might be like a yellow or gold, whatever, Christmas hanging ornament right in front of a cat's face. They're not going to be able to resist. They're going to bat after it, and they're probably going to take the whole damn tree down too. Okay, so the smart thing is to not testify. I know, right? The smart thing, talking about Trump, and to let his witness, whom he paid nearly $900,000 for his expert testimony, which happens to, align 100% with the defense's position here, to finish up testimony and be cross-examined. And then hope for the best. That's it. Now, if that means undermining your own lawyer's public statement, making her look like an idiot, he's okay with that. And I think she's okay with that. I mean, also considering, by the way, how if he breaks the gag order, then, look, there's not a lot of things the lawyer could do to Trump, but, and the judge, I should say. There's not a lot of things that the judge could do to Trump, but he could hold the lawyers in contempt, accountable. Aziz Z. Hook, a professor at University of Chicago Law School, says courts have more power to regulate lawyers than they do the parties. If a lawyer does something in the courtroom, and it's very clear the courts have inherent authority to hold them in contempt. So, if Trump, again, finds a way to go after the law clerk, whether it be written, then it is, and the lawyer doesn't try to put a stop to that, then yeah, the judge could possibly hold them in contempt. Not good for the lawyer. So I think at the end of the day, Alina Habba is going to have no problem with debasing herself. I mean, she already has enough to get through the case. Okay, so long as she doesn't end up like other former Trump attorneys, getting themselves in trouble. Personal, professional consequences, you know, those are the things that she's going to avoid. And so the only thing that she can't avoid is the reputational hit for representing Trump. But I think she knew that going into it in the first place. And honestly, I don't think that's going to even be much of a problem. Because if you're looking to represent right-wingers, well, there's plenty of them. There's plenty of them who will see, like, oh, even if Habba doesn't win the case, you know, it's going to be the normal, blame it on the rigged justice system, injustice system. And so they're going to look at them and be like, oh, well, Habba did the best that she could against this rigged system. So we have no problem hiring her because, again, we're talking about pro-Trump, pro-MAGA, you know, right-wingers that are flush with cash that she can go in and she can represent. And even if she loses, it's still a win for her because she'll be well known among the MAGA community as someone who's fighting against the Biden regime, Biden DOJ. And so, hey, she's got to, you know, take the fall for this or whatever, you know, get blamed, get undercut and just made to look like a fool in public. That's okay, because for her, it's a paycheck.